once you finally decide to go like full time into your passions, it's like whatever you're passionate about, like you're willing to follow it.
It's
like,
also about access too. It's so accessible to get all the knowledge you need to pursue your passions. So if you are interested in something, it's never been better to just chase it.
What about for relationships? How does this tie into how it works? When you're in a relationship, do you have time for them?
I think it just makes it more difficult because if you do have so many passions, it's hard to find someone to match that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a creative and someone who's like more out there like we are, it is definitely hard to find someone that matches like your energy because it's hard to keep up. It's very intimidating when you're out there all the time. I mean, me myself, I'm out there partying every weekend. I'm networking with a ton of people. I meet people every single weekend, and that ranges. I mean, I'm in LA, so that ranges from like celebrities, musicians, models. Like I know a ton of them all over the place and all over the world. So it's like that in itself is intimidating. You have to find someone that can match that energy.
It's intimidating to us too because you're not dating one of us.
I don't know where they find us, but
our friends posting photos of us at their party and tagging us and then them being like,
and you know, a lot. Yeah, there's always gonna be people that are interested, but it's like you can only, you know, spend so much time and energy on like meeting some of these people. So it all depends on their approach. Like if you're just gonna be like, hey, or if you're just gonna message us like, oh, you're so sexy. Like we get messages like that. Like they're obnoxious. Like guys will just slide into DM and be like, you're so sexy, blah, 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 this and that. And they'll even try and talk dirty to you before you even respond back. And it's like, that is aggressive. I mean, think about it. Maybe as a guy, they would like a girl to be like, you're so hot, this and that. But it's creepy.
Also,
it's like,
just the generic hey beautifuls that you get. It's like, really?
It's like, I haven't even responded to you and you're already talking about, you know,
yeah,
sex.
I hate that. Hey, cutie. Like, whatever, like, mom, whore. Like, I do that all the time. Like, stop being sweet to me. I don't even know you.
Well, even on dating apps, like Bumble or whatever, when somebody's just like, hey, cutie, it's like, oh, cool.
Like,
hello.
hi?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like, that's not really how you start a conversation. Like, if you were in person, or you just gonna walk up to someone and be like, hi.
Yeah.
That stare, like that girl is gonna be like, hi.
And then stare. See, it's not just saying hi, it's the stare.
But the stare part comes from the fact that you only said hi and you left it at that. Like, compliment her about something. Ask her about like that trip that she just went on. Like, literally say anything. We need like conversation starters, charm, personality. Like, we want to see your personality. Like, most of these guys, the thing that sucks is that their approach sucks, but then they're also great guys. And it's like, we'll never know that because we're never even going to give them a chance because they showed zero amounts of their personality.
So let's say they showed the right type of personality, said the right things.
Then by all means, I will respond.
Now you respond, but before you respond, I'd assume you go to their profile and you do a little digging.
Absolutely.
How far? And my question is, how far down do you go in the digging? Because I want to know, should I delete my old stuff like a year and up?
Honestly, for me, it takes like I'll see the first like 9 photos. I'll do one scroll, and usually that's it. Like if they have like
you'll know
no photos of themselves or with anyone or anything, it's like, all right, like it can't really like it's hard to figure out like that person's like personality. Like if they're posting photos with their friends or like doing anything that they like their hobbies or anything like that, like that's what we want to see. We want to see like, what do you do?
Yeah,
on a
but social media is so hard nowadays too. Like the stuff that people post online isn't like the generic them.
Yeah,
you know, it's like people post like Drake rap lyrics on their photos of them playing tennis and shit, and it's like
about to delete a photo of tennis with Drake rap lyrics.
Ron got the Drake lyrics on his.
These guys are like, so you're saying the Scorpion album is not good.
Especially guys, they don't know how to portray their personalities online correctly. So like you have people that have like 50 posts ever on Instagram, and they're sliding in your DMs like, hey beautiful, 50. And all their photos have like
someone yesterday with 2.
Yeah, those, I don't trust those.
I mean, look, sometimes I only have like 10.
Well,
hold on.
I mean, a lot of times too, like we get catfish. Like,
where do you post to your stories?
I do. I'm a story king.
He's a story king.
I'm a story god.
Stories tell a lot more about
you guys want a helpful hint?
It's like more in the
men, if you do not have a lot of photos on Instagram, post a highlight reel. Highlight reel is something new. It's like, you know, like people can post like their vacations or something cool that they do. Post a highlight reel, get a picture or a video of yourself, an animal, you out with your buddies, post it to that highlight reel so it's like an active story that's there all the time, even when you're not posting. And honestly, like that's enough. Like you're gonna see your DMs change. You're getting more responses.
I'm about to update my highlights.
Yeah, you gotta just add a highlight reel. If you don't constantly post, use that highlight reel. Use those Instagram stories, and like that kind of shows like that way a girl can look and be like, okay, like this is who I'm actually like working with.
But the thing that a lot of men find uncomfortable is like in those highlights and story reels when they're supposed to be like them, it's like a sense of vulnerability. It's like, yo, this is my favorite restaurant. Hey guys, like this is me and my best friends hanging out on the couch, smoking weed, chilling, or like whatever they're doing in the moment.
Honestly, it could just be anything. It just, I mean, mostly girls will go on your Instagram to see like what do you actually look like, because I've been catfished by men before. Like, it'll be actual photos of them, but I don't know if it's angles or they just cut off the rest of their body.
I've been catfished by girls I know.
This guy
like, I know you. This isn't what you look like,
this guy looks 6'2", like, slim cut. He looks great, and in person, it's like, wow, you're about 100 pounds heavier, and then you're very short, and it's like that's deceiving. Like I've seen men like finagle their photos to look like that. And, yeah, men have done that.
Okay.
Men have done that. Girls especially.
But like
of
a word
course,
of advice
but
on all
men,
ends.
like,
It's on all ends.
What you look like.
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to post that like not flattering pic. It's okay to like not start off a conversation with like, hey baby, and like maybe start a conversation with like, your picture or your story reminded me of this article I read, or you know, like, hey,
That's
I
poetic.
noticed that like this is like your favorite coffee drink.
Yo,
you should go to
your
this place.
twerk video
really
reminded me of this article that I read.
Like it's really easy.
No,
it's a lot easier
Well,
than people make it seem. Like, what are you
use your
interested
mind.
in? Like, what do
Use
you
your
like?
mind,
And like,
yeah.
put it out there. And like, here's the thing: don't you want someone that's going to be interested in the same stuff you're interested in, anyways?
We were just talking
so
about
like, just
this
be honest and be
earlier.
open about
The
like what you
buzzword
want.
is interest. See,
Yeah.
find out what she's interested in, and then talk about
Oh wow,
that.
what a revolutionary idea!
Well,
Wow.
this is news for a lot of us guys.
I don't like that shit. All right, so let's get to know you guys a little better.
right.
And the way we do this is we play a little game called Either Or. Now, in this game, we encourage you to choose either or. There is no gray area.
Never any gray area with me.
Yeah, no gray area.
Black
And
Right.
no pressure.
Mostly black, apparently.
Lots of pressure.
Yeah, lots of black in the room, but we may or may not psychoanalyze you based on your answers. So choose wisely.
That's my
dare you.
favorite thing to do.
We're
Especially
ready.
when I'm high.
Okay.
I
Ready.
love to be
Alright.
psychoanalyzed.
George,
First, either or on guys, fedora hats or snapbacks.
Snapbacks.
Fedora.
I'm all snapbacks.
Well, now we know a lot, George.
Well, the snapback came from you literally physically snapping back. You are a snapper.
I'm
You
immediately
are
a
the wrong
snapback.
bear to poke. So the
Absolutely.
snapback, the name represents your boldness and your refusal to take crap from anyone. Snap back
that's
at them
very
in the
true.
literal sense.
Very true. Anyone that knows me knows that I do not
Feist.
deal with,
And
any type of
Look
nonsense.
at these claws.
Gosh.
We're here for you.
The Team Fedora. So Team Fedora, I'm sensing in the room right now some vintage fashion. Looks like you might have hit up some shops, some vintage shops on Melrose or something. And that's why the fedora speaks to you, because the snapback is newer, but the fedora is forever, and
That's-
y'all appreciate that.
I
Strong,
love a good
strong.
classic.
Very
like,
true. You
vintage
nailed it.
style.
Yeah.
I'm very like James Dean. Like if the guy had like old Harley, I collect old Harley Davidson vintage tees.
Swag.
Yeah.
Love 'em.
That's
That's
swag.
what's up.
Like really good hats.
Old
You
school
heard
style.
you heard vintage and snapping back and feisty.
Yes.
I heard black guys and man buns. That's what I heard the difference.
All right, expand, expand,
It's
Teron.
like what? So Steph likes
No.
down guys, like cool down guys who are just chill. Black guys and like even if it's white guys with flavor, but not vintage twins. No, they like man buns and do and golden gods who jump off roofs into pools.
I like starving artists.
Yeah, that's what it is. If
vintage-
they don't have a guitar,
Some.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Should we ask the black guy question?
Jewel.
Have the vintage twins ever dated a black guy?
He was really light skinned.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
see, it counts. It counts.
No, it doesn't.
I've dated a lot of
it doesn't.
Latinos,
Define
Dating though, are we
honestly.
talking about like casually dating over a couple of weeks or like a relationship?
Relationship.
No relationship, but like casually dated for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, all black guys casual date. So, which is going to be
There
our
was a
topic
football
today.
player in college. I was a cheerleader at Michigan State, so I dated one of the football players. He was half. That's it.
Yeah, but he played
Casual.
football, so
Good
he
read,
counts.
Teron.
Exactly.
Teron
So he
for the
counts.
win.
Okay,
Teron for the win.
either or.
There we go. Either or.
Couches or sofas?
What's the actual
The
definition?
word.
Listen,
Oh, the
listen.
sofa.
It's not just the word; it's
Couches.
the connotation.
Couch,
so
sofa.
whatever you guys think, what it is.
Couches.
Sofa.
Oh man.
She's like, oh.
I kind of think couches.
Define
Like if
your
I've ever like
existence.
come over and we'll chill on the couch. I've never like come over and we'll chill on the sofa.
True. Couches.
Couch.
It's just more room than couches.
Sofa.
It just sounds more comfortable.
George.
Sofa sounds more sophisticated.
Dana, right? Dana, I have your name right. So Dana went with the sofa because Dana has this extra added sprinkle of sophistication. Okay, she's a little bit on her bossy, as reflected in her explorations. I called her. I don't know if any of you heard me. She sounded like an exploring entrepreneur, an exploratreneur is what I'm going to call Dana. And because of
Coined
that,
it. New term.
you have this. You're seeking this high level of success. You may not even realize it yet, but you're on your path to it. And I hope you end up with a sofa in your living room, Dean. All right?
I will.
Steph and one half of the vintage twins, who's just now the vintage
Oh,
era.
I hate that you say
Okay.
that.
The couch. The couch is just, you know what? It's a Tuesday. We're casual right now. We need more men to learn how to just chill and not try. And you two have grasped that. Just chill. Just chill and sit
Also
on the
on some
couch.
Couch to me is like also like more space.
Exactly.
Like there's more room for more people.
Exactly.
You gotta fit everyone in
I
there.
feel
cuddle
that.
puddle.
That resonates. with me.
Sounds like an
Puddles.
orgy. Here's the
Fierce
thing.
as I am
I mean,
cuddle
hey,
puddles.
maybe.
Just chill.
Here's the thing. I thought sofa's way more casual than couch.
Really?
Sofa sounds casual.
I
feel
always like hear the expression "chill on the sofa." Like
Yeah.
I don't know about
But
you.
Really? The
That's why I
couch?
Isn't a
said
sofa
couch,
more
'cause I
like a
thought couch was more
2-person
casual.
thing?
Couch is more cash. Thank you.
I'm
Like,
going
I'm
with
thinking of like a comfy like
I'm going-
beanbag chair almost.
sofa's
like,
way more casual, right?
Couches
And
are
so
like
that's
way
what that's
larger.
what
like,
Dana
the
went
difference
with.
that
Sofa's
I
not
thought
more
of really is like, you know how sofas I feel like are a little smaller, but they're more
big
poofy, and
They're
like couches
smaller.
are like a little bigger and more like variation.
Smaller, more selective. See, sofa
Yeah.
sounds pretentious to me. No, I
Sofa-
slept on the sofa because you sleep on the couch. No, you
Well,
sleep
sofa
on the
technically
sofa.
is like it's usually like a smaller couch. Couches
Yeah.
are like, more the sectionals, more room. Like you can actually lounge on them, whereas a sofa is just
Like
smaller.
This is a sofa.
Period.
That's
right.
Yeah, when I hear couch, I think of my dorm room. I think of duct tape over my torn leather couch with a pizza
I get
box.
into it. It's a
And
bitch
just
to get
stick
up out of it because it's super
Okay.
old.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Next question. Boom.
Next question,
ready.
either or. All right. Are we going to go with aviators or the classic Ray-Ban look?
Ooh.
I do aviators.
I mean, I wish I could pull off aviators because I would say aviators.
Go for aviators.
I like aviators on my
Aviators?
face a lot.
Yeah.
I like Ray-Bans on my face. I wish I could pull them off.
I have like
I feel like there's
12
just
pairs of
so
aviators.
many. Well, it's like the classic Ray-Ban cut. You're talking
Yeah,
about
exact,
thick
the squared
frames?
off
Okay,
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just feel like
The Wayfair frames.
there's just
Yeah,
so
Wayfair.
many
Thank
of
you for the
those.
name, professional stylist.
Yeah.
Stylist. I got you.
Wayfair,
Aviators.
Aviator.
Aviators.
And I have to say Ray-Bans because I can't pull off aviators.
All right, so we're going with two Wayfairs. All right, so the vintage twins are back.
aviator style.
So,
Not like the exact.
I got
big
those
frames.
today.
That's true.
so
She says Ray-Bans as she's wearing aviators.
Fine, we'll go
My-
aviators,
my
'cause, like, apparently I'm wearing
psychoanalysis-
aviator style.
okay, I got this. Thank you for the added
you got.
information. That actually helped to my answer. You're wearing, is that a star necklace?
Yeah.
Aviator, fly to the stars. You are most likely to be a pilot out of everyone here, and that's my psychoanalyst.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what's funny? I got her that.
I'm driving the plane.
because it reminded me of her.
See, up
I
and
have
away.
stars on my hip too.
Yeah, she loves stars.
And you probably have watched Disney's Up and cried.
I have not
Oh,
actually.
misread.
Not-
my
not-
my
not
little
cry. Yeah,
radar's
yeah, yeah.
off.
Close.
Are you a crier?
I am not.
I didn't think so, but I also
I
think
am
that
not.
it has a lot to do with a stylistic point of view. We have the vintage versus the chill, right? Yeah, you like to dress more modern. You guys like a little bit of classic rock. Let's take that.
Yep.
Take it from there, and
Definitely.
I like motorsport.
I was gonna say motorcycles. That's why I didn't go with
Motorsport.
aviation.
I think she
I
meant
like
the song.
motorsport.
Checkered.
I don't know.
No,
It depends
I'm
on
like-
what I want to look
I
like
have
that
this-
day, you know?
I have this new bomber that I got that I'm really proud of.
That's what's
I was
up.
on set in Wisconsin. I found it at a thrift store for like $40, and it's an old Budweiser NASCAR jacket that I wear all the time.
So,
With, like vintage,
motorsport.
vintage aviators and like Chuck Taylors.
well,
You can always tell when she's in town based on my outfit because it'll have a little motorsport flair in it. because I'll wear something and she'll be like, no, put this with it. And I'm like,
I
all
drive
right,
too
well,
fast. Life
Is that
goes
what you
too
do?
fast.
Life is too fast. You drive too fast.
Yeah,
You're the
that's
road
true.
rage girl. Okay, good to know.
This
Good to
sounds
know.
weird, but I
We're
need
learning
you in
about
my
Nikki.
closet.
We need
oh,
Nikki.
you do definitely.
That
She's
does sound weird, R. Kelly. All right, so let's get into crushes. Each week we try to ask our panelists about a crush, and you guys choose. And this week's crush is an alpha male crush. Someone you think of as an alpha male that you have a crush on. Hopefully it's someone that we would all recognize, but it doesn't have to be.
I wish I was prepared for this. It's gonna take me a while.
Don't
Not too many crushes.
The whole point is what comes to mind first, and
right?
that's
Maybe
what's-
the football player from Michigan State.
Oh God, no.
Wait, I just got my words of the week. It's about
we
what
just listen to
comes
this.
to mind first. So this is Mr. GK, and these are my words of the week. Whatever comes to mind first is what truly rests in the heart. This is Mr. GK, and these are my words of the
I
week.
got one.
I was gonna say Barack Obama, but then I
Ooh,
was,
that's a good
Barack
one.
Obama.
Actually, I could almost agree with that.
Is he
Just
not- he
not
is
my
a
type.
no?
When I think-
I would actually go.
but he's like a
for-
Barack
soft
Obama?
alpha.
Leader of the free
He's the
world.
one that's gonna make
Yeah,
the
yeah,
decisions,
that's gonna
but
work
in your
out.
best interest.
That's-
You know, he's like a soft alpha. He's not like a super dom.
Yeah.
He's more like, I'm gonna make these decisions for you, baby, but it's all gonna work out. Like, I got you.
I got
So
you.
For your
President
best
Obama.
interest. Like,
Just
you can
how
just
he
sit
talks,
back
too.
and relax and be like, all right, daddy.
Okay.
Like, do you?
Yeah.
But, actually, I have a good answer with this. I would go with David Beckham.
Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham. He just
Yeah.
he runs the soccer game. He's
Yeah.
a great
Has
father.
nothing to do with him being extremely good looking.
No,
It's the soccer game he runs.
okay, he's extremely good looking.
You didn't
but
say
he's
Pele.
Also,
You
here,
know what I'm
think about it.
saying?
Like, he's a great father.
Sure.
He's a great husband. You know, you don't ever hear about David Beckham straying from his wife. Like, him and Victoria Beckham are best friends, and he's like made it known like that's how it's gonna be. Like, I would never want to hurt my best friend like that. Like, he's just an upstanding guy when it comes, and he's kind of a role model. I think he should be a role model for many men when it comes to dating. If you're monogamous,
Oh, also Will Smith. That brings Will Smith to
yeah,
mind
yeah.
too. Will Smith is also like in that same category. Good dad, good
except
father,
Will
or
Smith
good-
is on the non-monogamous side. So there we go.
Allegedly.
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 But
Unless
hey,
you
to
know
each his own.
something we don't know.
Yeah, we do.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I like thought about this, and I think that in all honesty, I'm just like totally 100% crushing on myself because like fact of the matter is, if you really want like an alpha male, and like both of the alpha males that you two said are people who are in partnerships with their with the chosen people who like build together and they grow together, and like each person contributes something to that.
Popping or stopping is a trend that men do, and we want you to know your opinion on. Popping, of course, means it's good. Stopping, we're going to stop it immediately.
All right.
This week's popping or stopping,
Dick pics.
dick pics. We all know what they are.
A controlled halt, like I think would be like let's
Controlled
go over
halt.
the guidelines and
Honestly,
like
that one's touchy because it's like, okay, dick pics for how men are doing it right now, just like sending them
Just in general,
unsolicited,
dick
in general,
pics.
like that.
All of
that
it.
needs to
Just in
stop.
general.
yeah, that needs to stop.
Oh, well.
Go for it. Explain.
I think for me,
hard
I'm
one
too much
for
of a
me.
sapiosexual where if you come out with a dick pic too strong, I immediately am just like, nope, not going there. But if you wait till like the opportune moment and you see you getting like a little flirty over text,
Girls will ask for
always
it.
good. Yeah.
Here's
Girls
the
always
hit,
be
man.
like, send me a
Wait
pic.
for it. When you're getting when you're flirting, it's being reciprocated. Like, you'll know when she wants a dick pic. She'll basically ask you for it. Like,
You gotta tease her a little bit, too, at
I actually
first.
know women will be like, all right, let's see what you got.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Like, they're like,
Like
all right,
you?
let's do this. We're
Like
gonna hang out?
you?
Like me, yeah.
Like
That's
you?
me. So that's why I was
I
like,
like the
I have a hard
ask
time
for it.
answering this question
Yeah.
because, like, I'll literally be like, all right, yeah, we're probably gonna hang out, probably gonna hook up, but is this worth my time or not?
The dick pic requires consent. I was once
honestly, it does.
I was once at, and I know how women feel. I was at a dinner meeting once, and I thought I was signing a record deal with the music industry, and the A&R hit me up with a late text in the middle of my dinner meeting, and it was this curvaceous penis on my phone. And it was big, and the friend who I was having dinner meeting was like, George, you have something to tell me? Because it just like popped up and my phone was like right here on the table. And I was like, oh, no, wait, what?
Yeah.
How? I wasn't warned. And I can only imagine if I were a lady and a guy sent me an unexpected dick, I'd feel violated completely.
Yeah, I mean, we get this all the time. Like, going back to people sliding into our DMs, like some guys' first approach will be literally to be like, hey baby, you're super sexy, dick pic. And you're like, damn,
Too
all
soon.
right,
Yep.
too soon, way too aggressive. Like, first of all, it's like, I don't know anything about you. I don't even know if I like you. And you're just gonna like go there with the dick pic, which tells most women that you're automatically assuming, oh yeah, we're gonna hook up for sure. And when a girl knows that you think you're gonna hook up, she's gonna be like, all right, we're not hooking up.
You got to tease a little
like,
bit. It's all
literally.
about the chase.
Yeah,
You
if a
gotta
girl
make it fun
knows
for
that
us.
if a girl knows that you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna hook up for sure. If you have that in your head, she'll probably go out of her way to make sure you guys don't hook up or ever hang out for that matter. So yeah, it's definitely all about permission. Like there have been guys, and actually I've talked about this with a panel of women. There have been guys that will ask like, can I send you a nude? And they'll be like, yes, actually. Like if you ask ahead of time, sometimes they'll say no, but a lot of the times they'll say yes. It's literally just asking for permission.
You just have to
like
read
that
the
extra step
situation.
makes so much of a difference.
So when a woman sends a man, a nude,
Yeah.
are you expecting us to reciprocate with something?
Not always. I think when a woman sends a nude, the most common complaint that I get is that the man doesn't, like if someone they're dating, like the response is like, oh cool, like it's not like a great response. Like a girl will send her female friends nudes and she'll get the response, damn girl, you look so hot, like you look so good, like
Break me off a piece of ass.
they just want a compliment. They want you to appreciate that nude, like
they're feeling themselves. They want you to
It's-
feel
look,
it too.
it's possible
they want to be
that-
like your trophy wifey,
I feel that, but it's possible that the man does think that, and he's just masturbating in the bathroom to the photo you just sent.
Yeah, no, exactly. But even when you're done, like respond after. Like you can wait 5 minutes and respond. Like a late response is better than no response.
You
or
really
minimal
think that
response.
the response with "Yo, I just had to go to the bathroom" isn't a proper response?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that's
Oh,
an
yeah.
even better response.
Dropping
Like,
gems. That's brilliant.
and I just came.
That's the
All right,
ultimate
great.
compliment.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic.
Again, open and honesty. Be vulnerable. It's okay.
Yeah, no. I
Gems.
think
Normalize
the
men
majority,
being vulnerable.
the majority of the time we just want response, whether that is a picture back or not. Like mostly it's just like just show that you're into it, because the whole point of us sending you a nude is for you to be like, oh yeah, you're hot.
Yeah. One of my favorite stories is this guy that I was dating went on tour, and so I used to drop him random nudes all the time because like we were also like open, not seriously dating, but like he was gone, so I had to keep it interesting, keep myself in the back of his head still.
Remember me?
And he would always just like whenever I'd send him one, he'd take like a selfie of wherever he was and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's a great
It was so
response.
cute. It was
That's a
so
great
cute.
response. It's
But he
just-
didn't respond with the dick pic. And
No.
here's the thing. I'm going to answer the dick pic one for you. It's stopping.
Good.
There's nothing nice
Yeah, it's
about
stopping.
dicks. Dicks have never been sexy. I don't care who you are. They look like upside down Gonzo. Look, here's the thing. Get over your dick. No one wants to see your dick. Let's
in person, maybe, but like,
not
Wait,
even.
but I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever just want a straight shot of someone's pussy? Or like
because we get asked for that sometimes, and I was like,
we'll send
and that's
more
never gonna
provocative
happen.
nudes,
like,
but I'm
that's-
never gonna send like a straight up flash on like
How is that
spread.
gonna be?
If I was a
Yeah.
gynecologist, maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, it's the same thing. We get like that's
Yeah.
how we feel about your dick pics. Is like what? I'd rather see like your body and your V line.
Sometimes,
and your abs.
though,
I'm learning
we
so
want to
much
see
today.
more vagina
like
than
full
you guys
frame.
show
George is like,
sometimes.
oh
Like,
shit.
That's fair.
you guys are
Stop
giving us
asking
like
for that one.
Send my arm a
silhouettes,
little more.
Yeah.
What-
silhouettes,
Mirror
and we
pic.
want to see a little
It's all
more.
about the
Yeah.
angles.
Let's ask a question from our listener. All the listeners out there, please email us your questions at.
imperfectgshow@gmail.com.
This question this week was sent in by the anonymous Shannon Sharp. Shannon says,
I started seeing a guy, and he is great. Even the sex was pretty good. We were talking about our sex lives, and he told me that he used to be gay, and now he isn't. I was confused, and to be honest, really turned off. I don't have a problem with his sexuality, but now I feel guilty. I have questions, and I think about it every time we are together. I would be less confused if he was just bi. Am I wrong or being homophobic?
Well, I don't think she's wrong. That's something that's kind of surprising. Maybe I don't think he actually fully knows what he is. Technically, he's probably bi. He's just like, all right, I'm leaning more towards women right now, because if you have, I feel like as a male or a female, if you have like a solid streak where you're dating the same sex, like probably still into that same sex. Like maybe you just kind of grew out of them and now you just prefer, like, you know what I mean? Like it's that trial run. It's like, all right, I'm going to date guys for a while. And then it's like, all right, yeah, kind of over it. still probably into guys, but mostly gonna go for girls.
Well,
now.
what's that thing?
You're
Science
technically
says?
bi. It's not a half and half. Bisexual, by the way, is not half and half. Like I part-time date men, part-time date women. It's if you part-time like at all date the same sex, you're bi. Period.
Yeah.
Like at any amount, small or large.
Yeah.
So I think what's confusing her right now is like maybe he doesn't know fully what he is and like how to say that to her. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the confusing part. It's not homophobic, but think about it. If you were dating someone and you just completely didn't know, like that can catch you off guard.
It's also
It's understandable.
fair though. I feel like as a species in general to like put ourselves into boxes like is completely straight or like
Absolutely.
completely bi or whatever, because like science even dictates that every 6 years our taste buds change.
Yeah.
So like when you're a kid you might hate peanut butter, but as an adult you might fucking love it. And who knows? I feel like same with sex.
I've
Like,
loved peanut butter since I was born.
but like same with
Yeah,
sex.
but if
Never
you love
changes.
the tip of a dick, okay, so
It's about how you're being treated in the relationship, because there are plenty of human beings that like had relationships with like the same or opposite sex in like early adulthood who just end up with a partner of their choice that's different than that, you know. So as long like for her, I think that like the fact that she's trying to be considerate of how she's perceiving somebody else in itself is like enough. You're like good on the consideration. Like I'm happy that you considered that. But like also if you're worried about how it affects the relationship, just like keep an idle eye for how this person is treating you, you know? And like that's more important. Like if they do end up cheating on you, then like does it really matter if it was with a guy or a girl? Like fuck
Yeah,
you,
cheating
bye.
is cheating,
Like,
yeah,
right?
it does.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does, especially if you're.
No, yeah,
I could see a
definitely
girl
does,
being a
but
little
cheating is
more.
cheating for me.
It could be a little more
Cheating
of
is cheating.
a
Cheating
thing
is cheating.
Yeah.
in the
so-
world.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
be more
also I
offended by
think
sex.
for this situation specifically, she just really needs to talk to him more. Just,
It needs to be a conversation.
It needs to be another conversation
communication.
about relationships are all about communication, and remember, people are ever changing. So for me, I choose non-monogamy because I know people are ever changing, and you can pick a life partner to do life with and grow with, but you're always changing, and not one person is ever going to be able to fulfill you emotionally and physically and vice versa throughout your years. Like you always need someone else to just kind of like fill in those holes, and you want to like explore other connections and stuff like that. So I think for her, she just needs to really like communicate like, hey, like that kind of, caught me off guard. I just want to talk about it a little bit more. I mean, how many
also
people
think
actually do that? Not a lot.
There's a thing where we have to pay attention to something she said. To be honest, I was really turned off, and that you might not be.
Yeah.
It might turn you off. It might be seeing your man or your woman in a light that's
Then,
off.
I mean, honestly, that just means she's just not into it. So,
that's a
I mean,
big
that's
deal.
something she has to kind of decide for herself. Like, if she already knows it's a turnoff for her,
And it's
that
not
means
gonna
just
work
like,
out.
yeah, it's not something it's not something, oh, she's not being open-minded about it. And like, no, you don't have to be open-minded about that specifically. That's just
Yeah.
something you're not into it. You're not into it,
But who knows? 6 years from now, you might be into it.
She might
Your
be
taste
into it.
buds do change.
your taste buds
Thank
do
you,
change.
Nikki. All right, let's get into our topic. And this week's topic actually comes straight out of the lifestyle of Stop It stuff, where we are going to discuss the concepts of casual dating, casual sex, and non-monogamous relationships.
Yeah.
Because we live in a world which kind of tries to push us towards monogamy and saying we have to be with one partner. Even you guys use examples of Will Smith and David Beckham. Will Smith, who allegedly isn't non-monogamous, but for the most of us, we think that he is. And David Beckham, who you're saying is such a good father and such a good
Yeah,
husband.
he's monogamous. Well, here it is. Monogamy and non-monogamy. First of all, it's mostly a personal choice, but it's also like monogamy was made as like a societal, like it's a construct of society. Like we've been bred to think you only need to be with one person.
It's a way for the
if
churches to make money.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah,
Valentine's Day is a
exactly.
way for corporations to make money.
Exactly, and I mean humans are not.
We
bred
agree.
To be,
Fuck Valentine's
I
Day.
don't believe humans are
Right,
bred
guys?
to be monogamous. Yeah,
Show your love to everyone. It doesn't have to just be
Yeah, and don't even buy anything. What?
Just don't buy anything. Yeah, it's like if you're not really realistically, if you're not getting your partner like little gifts throughout the year anyways, or just like doing random things, nice things for them throughout the year, it's like, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
You're waiting for that one time a year. Like, come on, that's not how a relationship
Steph,
should be.
I'm a little confused
right.
because you admired Mr. Beckham for being monogamous, his partner being all about his partner, but you're also saying that monogamy isn't the most natural way to go about things. So my question to you is, if you are in a monogamous relationship, what should be a reasonable duration for that time? And ultimately, is it better to be monogamous?
Well, I'm going to say I don't think there is one that's better than the other. I think, like I said, it's a personal choice. So my point was he and Victoria Beckham have chosen to be monogamous,
Right.
and they are great role models for that kind of relationship. So that's all I was saying, basically. Like, they show, like, the correct way to go about it. You know, there's no sneaking. Like, they put themselves out there. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, it's only us, and there's no sneaking around.
So for you, it's
like
more
that.
about being straight up than it is about
For me,
being
it's
monogamous.
about open. Yeah, non-monogamy is all about communication and honesty. Like, you need to be honest to the core. So my boyfriend and I have been non-monogamous since we started dating. I put that out there on the dating app that's what I was into. He had questions about it. Like, literally since our first date, we were talking about it, and we went into our relationship being open. And all it is just being honest. Like, hey, I like this person. I mean, I love you. I want to be with you. And we're going to do, like, all these things together and, like, grow together. But it's like, hey, I have a connection with this person. I just want to explore it. But it'll be casual. Or not, actually. I mean, there are some people that I've been seeing for a couple years that I still see casually outside of my boyfriend. And he knows about all of them.
Does he ever meet them?
Yeah, he does.
And it's all cool?
And the best thing is that he's such a great guy. He really is. He becomes friends with all of them, because any guy that I date, it's probably going to be around the same. They're all going to be confident. They're all going to be cool. They're all going to be fun. Like, they're going to be nice and open-minded, so they all actually get along. And then the guys that, like, don't get along or, like, don't want to meet my boyfriend, like, make it weird, probably not going to see them, you know, too much longer, because it's like, well, if you can't get on board with that, like, why are we even doing this?
Has
you
your
know?
boyfriend ever expressed, or vice versa, and we'll start with your boyfriend, bringing these other guys around, has he ever expressed some form of jealousy to you?
A little bit, but it's always comes from, like, you got to realize open relationships are not that easy. Like, they're easy when you really get into it and when you get to a certain level, but at the start, it's a learned process. You guys are learning about each other. Especially when it comes to, like, him meeting these other guys that I dated before him. Like, yeah, it's all, the jealousy comes from the unknown. Yeah, so it's all about the unknown. Like, jealousy comes from the unknown. It's like, you're jealous of this person because you don't know if that person's going to take away your partner from you.
Because you guys
right?
aren't communicating properly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all about communication, really. So it just it takes a lot of talking, a lot of talking.
If I knew a guy, you said from the unknown, but if I knew another guy was more well endowed than I am,
well, that's a confidence thing, you know. If that's an insecurity that you have, that's also something that you need to work on. But then your partner, as in me, you know, whoever you're dating, also just still needs to make you feel good about that. It's like, okay, yeah, so he's more well endowed, but, like, that doesn't really matter. Like, you and I
Your tongue
have
game's
a
better.
great, or you and I have a great sexual chemistry, and I'm still, like, he's more well endowed, but look who I'm still dating. Still dating you. Okay, so you're still the one. I still choose your personality and who you are as a person over his size. Like, size isn't everything, and most women, smart women, will know that.
That's
Size
never
isn't
happened to me. I was just curious.
It's not all about size.
actually
Motion of
happened
the
to,
ocean, not the size of the boat.
Gary
Absolutely.
Corey.
You know how to
Gary
work it, you're
Carey.
good. I mean, I've met men who are
Greg Carey.
average that are better than some men that are very well endowed. And
here's the thing.
Sex isn't all about the dick anyway.
yeah, it's all about energy too. It's like, do you
Yeah,
have
100%. We have explained several times to our listeners that if you think sex begins below the neck, you don't know where sex begins.
Yeah.
Definitely above the neck. Here's the thing. If I was dating a girl and she cheated on me with another Black and Persian person, I would have a problem. Like where did you even find them? Like, I would be very
how does this
I'm
happen?
a unicorn. Where did you find another person? Now we have to fight to the death. There can be only one. What do you have rules, and how do those rules come about?
Well, okay. I mean, you guys are talking to probably one of the most open people out there. We don't have too many rules. Safety first, obviously, always. communication. We always know about that other person before anything physical happens. So like if he like is talking to some girl on a dating app, like I don't really need to know unless it's like, okay, like we're gonna go hang out, and then he'll tell me about her. Like I'll ask, maybe sometimes I want to meet them. That's about it, really.
And do you tell the other person?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That is one of the hard rules. Like, you do not go meeting someone for the first time without them knowing you have a partner, because that's unfair to that other person. So you got to realize also, open relationships, they're not black and white. They're not this or that. They are whatever you as a couple decide. So there are so many different types of open relationships. There's some where, you know, they only hook up with people together. You know, like there are a lot of couples that only hook up with other couples and they swap, or they only hook up with and date females together because the girl is bisexual. And then there are some couples where the guy doesn't do anything and he likes to watch. Like the possibilities are endless. I could sit here for probably 2 hours and talk about the different dynamics.
It's called life. I get it.
Yeah, it's just whatever you two decide and come to
and also
an
at the
agreement
moment. Because like it changes. If you guys decide to become more open, things can
More open? Okay.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. How much more open are we getting? Here's the thing.
Pretty open.
Have you ever, any of you, are you all in non-monogamous relationships? Okay.
I'm single right now, but I do like kind of what Steph does, but halfway. But she's
single.
You
She's a
casual
single
date.
person
I
that
casually
casually
date.
dates. Yeah.
I do a lot of like open dating, casually dating.
Which is different.
Like it's like we're hanging out, dating, hooking up, but you are not the only one.
Yeah.
She's
And
not
how is
committed
it
to
different?
anyone. Well, just like I said, she's not committed to anyone. She does not have a boyfriend or like one set guy that she...
Like Steph and Corey live together and do this thing. I like casually date people where it's like when you're in town we play boyfriend and girlfriend, but then when you're gone we're just really good friends.
Yeah.
And like
I think
we'll talk
primary
about
is a
each
good
other's
word to
sex
describe
lives.
it. Like you have your primary person.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
like
We
I
call
have
it a
my
main
primary.
bitch. We do it all the
Main hoe.
time.
I have a lot of main hoes depending on the area code I'm in.
No, you have a lot of side chicks that you treat like the main when you're in town.
side chicks.
So here's the concept. With casual dating, do you get turned off if a guy did try to become more serious?
No, because I've had, I feel like to make it to the casually dating part with me, it's like you're already there. Like Steph talks about communication a lot, and it's same with me, where it's like, all right, if you want to go further into the dating thing, then you know, like, this is kind of how I am and I'm not going to change. So if you want to pursue something more serious, it's just more serious between you and I. It has nothing to do with anybody else I'm casually dating. Like, it just means you're going to become more so my boyfriend, and like you can come to my family holidays together now. And like that's kind of what I had before, was like we were dating, but it was like when you're not around, you can go have fun. But it wasn't like Steph and Corey where they tell each other everything, because I'm more like on a need to know basis. Like I just want
Don't
you to
ask,
be
don't
safe.
tell.
Yeah, I just want you to be safe and have fun, and like
The Army used to have that same principle.
yeah, I want you to be safe and have fun. And like same with Steph and Corey, like all the guys that I casually hook up with and date like meet each other and become friends and whatever, and it's not weird.
Are they all?
It's basically like it's not even a choice at that point. It's like, look, if you want to hang out with girls like us, like this is what it is.
and I'm laughing not because I'm laughing
You
at
live
what
it or
you
you
have.
don't, you know?
I'm laughing because out of shock.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
I'm from DC.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I know.
And
Trust
it
me,
would
I'm
just-
from the Midwest. I'm from Michigan.
And it just wouldn't happen. Like
Conservative.
my alpha maleness
Yeah.
would not allow me to hang out with a dude who's dating with the woman who I'm into.
Can I tell you a funny story about
wouldn't
just
even-
last night?
Yes.
So last night I had
time.
three of the dudes that I like casually flirt with and kind of date all in town in LA, and I'm not from here. I live in Chicago now.
Okay.
And we all had Korean barbecue together, and it was fucking
Hold on.
paid?
I have a question. Was it just y'all three and you?
and Dana.
Oh, okay, so you had an offset because it would have been better
Dana's like
if it was
the
just
buffer.
y'all
The
three.
slack.
Dana's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
buffer. She's like, all right, if anyone feels awkward, talk to
Wing
me.
woman of the
So,
year.
Totally.
would
But
you be
it's like,
upset
we
if
wanna
one of
both
those
flirt and have
guys
fun.
started dating Dana?
No, absolutely not. Because like I expect the same thing from them. That like if I went and met up with their friends and I felt a connection with their friends, like of course I'd talk to them about it first. But at the end of the day, it's like if you're not going to be the person I marry, we should all have fun and genuine love for each other and just support each other in whatever
Just
endeavors
friends.
we want
Yeah.
to go to.
I have
Like just
this-
genuine friendship.
Yeah, I have
Relationships
this friend
should be
similar
friendships.
to you.
Yeah.
His name is Terry Van. And Terry Van, I'm Terry Van's, actually Greg Carey's Terry Van's wingman.
Yeah.
And what Terry Van does is Terry Van brings out
multiple
Lord.
girls.
This is.
I think I already know where this is going. I already know where this
And
is
then our
going.
friend Allie tries to like go at Terry Vance, and I have to explain, Allie, that's Terry Vance. Which one? All of them.
Okay, so
Kinda.
Dana, would you ever date someone that Nikki was casually dating?
No,
We've
no,
talked
we talked
about
about this. No,
Because it's
so like,
a lot of the guys that I tried to date are like attracted to Dana as well.
I could
'cause
see
look at
it's
her,
a
she's
type. You
cute.
have a type.
Yeah, she's cute, and we're like really good friends. So we have a lot of same personality traits as well, besides the being blonde, pale, and beautiful trait.
We've had a
you know?
similar conversation.
Yeah, and
at a
Stephanie and
different
I have had
level.
the same one,
So
too.
I mean,
Is that
I
sister
date.
coding?
Yeah, basically,
okay,
it's all about
kinda.
communication,
Yeah.
like we say
No,
in the open world.
It's funny though because between like Steph and Nikki, I definitely just like historically, I like love the idea of open relationships and all that. But historically, I've always been a monogamous person. I like appreciate having the one person. I like could see myself like having an open circumstance with that person. But ultimately, it's funny. I just like I would rather focus on grinding and working right now and like finding one person just because like
Not a
Just-
priority.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's not a priority, and it's like if I'm gonna do that, it's like I love very, very hard. Like I don't like to just like commit to. I hardly commit to cell phone plans. So like if I'm gonna commit to a relationship, it's gonna be like, cool. This is
Your
this
Boost
is it.
Mobile? I couldn't even sleep with a girl who had Boost Mobile.
No, I said
I don't trust Boost Mobile pussy.
That,
All right.
that did not come out of my mouth at all.
You did. You said I could hardly commit
to a cell phone plan.
That's Boost Mobile. All right, so
I have T-Mobile, but thank you.
Or Creole.
T-Mobile pussy, we might have a conversation. Here's the concept, right? Has non-monogamy ever become an actual issue for anyone on the panel?
Yeah.
Has it been a problem? Not on the other person's side, but on your side. I want to hear your experience where it became a conflict where you were like you wanted more and it's never been with Steph.
No,
No, well, clearly,
I've,
Steph, it has because you found a boyfriend. That's more. Right?
No, okay, well that's different. So for me, non-monogamy for me, like I like doing the non-monogamous thing with a main partner. And I mean, for me, it's not like I'm searching out this main partner. I just kind of fell into him. It's a funny story.
love Corey.
Nikki and I were going to Orange County for a photo shoot. And he had messaged me on Bumble, asking me about open relationship. Or we had this like very boring conversation, and he'll tell a story better than I did. But we had this very boring conversation on Bumble, and then he asked about open relationships, and I was in the middle of doing a photo shoot and traveling, and I just didn't respond. I just forgot, and literally he went to Burning Man, came back a month later, and like hit me up again, and I was like, oh, because I had completely forgotten about him at the time. So started talking again, and we actually like made a date to hang out. Actually, this was right before Burning Man, right after he came back from Burning Man. And then our first date was at a bar, and we connected right away, and we started casually dating.
They're so cute together.
Wasn't anything serious, but we saw each other very often. And then I ended up moving in by like the third month.
quickly.
Yeah, quite quickly. But it's funny because like I don't typically move that fast, but we just work in every sense of like he's very confident. He's just like me. His personality, like everyone likes him. Guys like him. Girls like him. I haven't really introduced him to anyone. They're like, I fucking hate that dude. Never.
Actually,
Literally never hear.
The
Just
Sharon
personality
Sharp's
wise, yeah. we're the same.
ex-boyfriend, who she actually was the one who had sex because she loved your ex. Like he was with him. Everyone loves Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sleep with him. It's great.
Probably, honestly.
He got the
Very-
best friend seal of approval when I met
very-
him. I was like,
He's
all
amazing.
right, he can
He's a
stay.
very
He
attractive
can
man.
stay.
He likes to dance. He's
But
a very
what
fun, good
But what's
energy
your
to be
bad
around.
story? That's what they were asking.
What my bad story is?
Does
Yeah.
anyone have a
No,
bad story?
have a bad
honestly
story.
I don't
Let's
have a
get
bad
it.
story.
So I was dating Nick. You remember Nick?
Oh God.
And
Oh, fucking Nick.
Nick and I do not get
I don't
along.
even- I don't get
Hey,
along
Nick,
with
what's
Nick.
up?
Nick and Steph do not
Hey,
get
Nick, what
along. So Nick is a very like dominant person. He's in the rock and roll biz. He went on tour for a little bit, and like he's a rock star. Like, stop it, Steph.
He's an actual rock star. I'm
But,
just like a
So
party
he,
rock star.
Yeah. So he went on tour for a while, and
Sure.
we were like open, and I was living with him at the time in Studio City, basically. And he went on tour and we were open. And I was like, yeah, same rules that I told you guys. Like, you can hook up with other people. I don't really want to hear about it. I just want to be main hoe. And like, you're coming home to me. So we're fine.
Okay.
And like, every time he'd go away, like he'd come back and his sexual preferences would be like weirder and weirder. And like always pushing the limits a little bit more and more.
Pushing the limits as in like he would just like do whatever, and even if she wasn't cool with it, so you know what I mean, like not very respectful
illegal.
of like your partner.
I mean, it wasn't
like she was cool with it, but she was
to an
like she would like hint that it's too much, and he just like doesn't care.
Yeah, it would,
you know
it would
what I mean?
get to
Like
like
that,
the point,
too much.
and yeah, it was like in sex because he was like a dom, so it would like push the limits a little bit with like bondage or like knife play and like stuff like that, where it was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's a little
that's
too far.
illegal.
Yeah, red, yellow, green,
Not down.
I'd be like yellow.
Pineapples. What's
But
the
then,
safe
like,
word?
but then it was like when I wouldn't go as far as he wanted, like neither of us
He'd,
would
like,
really get off.
he'd, like,
and he'd
get mad at her.
He'd be like pissy about it. So then I had to kind of end it, and it was just like he was having like weird, crazy sex with this other person,
very
which is what I feel like a lot of people.
He was just
are kind of-
stabbing her. I need to.
that
We need to
hurt
bring
you?
Nick in on the show, bro.
Did that hurt you that you felt you weren't meeting his needs?
Yeah, that was the main issue. Was like I felt like he was getting it better somewhere else, and it was also like more his style now. Like I said, tastes change,
Yeah,
and like as
making
long
her
as you
feel
communicate, it's
insufficient,
fine.
like, yeah.
Then I realized that wasn't me, and he's just a crazy.
But that's so. What
crazy.
we're understanding is non-monogamy is not for everyone. But if it's for you to be open, honest, and communicate,
It's the communication
and you will
connection is
find
there.
someone. If that's really what you want, you will find someone who is on board with it.
Absolutely,
just
but
put it
like
out
I
there.
said, remember there are so many different dynamics. Like you do not have to be as open as I am. Like
There are
my
levels.
boyfriend and I have probably one of the most open styles of relationships.
Sure.
The most. Like we don't have many rules, and that's not the majority at all. Like the majority is like. You usually just like do things like with each other. You know what I mean? Like,
majority,
there are
all of
way
y'all
more
would end up
rules.
murdered as
yeah,
fuck.
there's way more rules. Like
I just
and-
want to
and
see you
it's
test
all
this
just-
in Saudi Arabia. Just
I mean, I'd end up in jail probably in a week.
Well,
you
that's
know?
how it
But-
works. We appreciate you guys being on the show and getting your perspective. Hopefully, the number one thing people will get out of this is open, honest communication will end up with the lifestyle of your choosing.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Healing relationship.
And also, I hope no one judges you. I wanted to get into the judgy part if people are judging you for what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I get judgment all the time, but that just comes from people not knowing or understanding my lifestyle. I mean, I get it all the time.
People will
Especially
judge.
What about
you
from
for-
I'm from
family?
a very, that too, but and that's just because you know my family is fairly conservative, but it's just like they don't know anything. They don't know any better. They don't
get
know
it.
that kind of lifestyle at all. That's not what they're used to.
Most people don't.
People judge people judge the unknown. It's a scary thing.
Well,
you know?
Steph, not that you need it, but like your lifestyle is honestly should be goals for a lot of people because you're so comfortable within yourself.
I get told that all the time.
You're so comfortable within yourself, and it's a beautiful thing. And like, even if it's not the lifestyle that you follow, you should just go for that being comfortable in yourself, so that you're not
Yeah.
harshing
And the
everyone
other
else's
lesson
mellow.
we've learned is that we all need a friend like Dana, and no one needs a Nick. All right, so let's thank you so much for being on the show. Our imperfect gentleman of the week this week is fashionista and icon Karl Lagerfeld, who clothed and styled the world for over
I'm in
60
black this
years.
morning.
It's amazing. I was so glad to have
Show
had
Pat if
him
you
on the
need a
world.
home. Come here.
rest in
Should have had more black people in the designing room, but we'll get to that. You know, you're dead, so we'll let it go right now. Where can people find you if you want to be found?
On Instagram, stop it, Steph. Nikki is
At Namanix, NAMANICKS.
You might catch me on one of their stories.
Oh, doesn't want to be
you're gonna have to
found.
hunt. You're gonna have to hunt Dana down.
I appreciate
The
that.
She
wing-
just
the
joined
wing woman
Instagram last
appears.
week.
We're new.
The wing woman appears when she feels like it.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna find her.
Well, you can find me at I am Tehran all across the board. That's IAMTEHRAN. I'm alongside.
Mr. George Corey, just find me on Instagram. Spell last name, Tehran.
That's KHOURI. And we are
Imperfect Gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Remember, nobody's perfect. But us. We'll catch you guys next week. Martin on the boards. Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.